devil sends the beast with wrath, because he knows the time is short. Let him who hath understanding reckon the number of the beast, for it is a human number. Its number is 666.
I left alone. My mind was blank. I needed time to think, to get the memories from my mind. What did I see? Can I believe that what I saw that night was real and not just fantasy? Just what I saw in my old dreams were the reflections of my water staring back at me. 'Cause in my dreams, it's always there. The evil face that twists my mind and brings me to despair.
What's up, Nitro Nation? I love that song, man. Classic. Yep, that's back-to-back. Oops, back-to-back Maiden song. So anyway, right about now, you're probably wondering, what the hell, Muggy, happened on that first video? Usually your videos are an hour long average. That was 30 minutes and then it cut off. Now, that's how I used to do videos all the time. I mean, I'm not that I'm good, but when I really sucked at videos, they would always cut off. Because I wouldn't keep track of the time. A lot of it was the older phone that I had. The memory card was just, not big enough. So I always had, if you look at, I don't know if I have any videos like that still up because I have like probably about 200 videos or more that got deleted when I changed phones. If you guys go back on my videos, it only goes back like, what, 4 months maybe? There's tons of videos that got deleted, man. And it sucks because I can't find them. I thought I put them into Google Chrome. Sometimes you do that. But anyway, so this will be part 2, I guess, because the video that you guys hopefully have already watched, which I titled Nitro Wise Guys, this is going to be Nitro Wise Guys Part 2, and we'll just call it Unfinished Business, because there's a lot of shit that I left out. Okay? And hopefully somebody out there will what I'll do is I'm going to start checking my videos, because sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Because they take a while sometimes to upload, because my phone is just so jammed up. I got to, like, clean my phone out big time. But anyway, I need to start watching my videos because obviously, I'll watch it and then it's already uploaded and I'll be like, oh, excuse my language, fuck, man, I said that? I said Traxxas? And, like a couple of the things that I pointed out that one of my Nitro brothers caught, or he pointed out actually, that he caught, that I said, I referred to my XTM gearbox as the Traxxas, XTM Traxxas, I said, and then I referred to the LRP .32 as the Godfather, which is far from the Godfather of anything. It's only allowed to be in the same conversation or breath as my other Italian paisanos, because it's got a no Rossi carburetor. By the way, so the XTM Mammoth ST Muggy is ready to brap. Okay, so anyway, from that video, from what got left out of that first one, like 30 minutes of it, because it was about an hour too. But anyway, you guys actually, since then, I have the Muggy is assembled and the motor's in. It's ready to rock and roll. Pipe of choice will be the 080. It's called the Y186. It's a good quality knockoff of the 086. I'm gonna run that with a 40. Now the reason I'm gonna run 41001 is because first of all, I haven't tried it on this motor with that pipe combination 086 pipe. Let's just say 086 with a 41001. Okay, there's three main pipes, and then we're going to get into a little bit of pipe discussion, which is cool because when I was doing all my wrenching prior to these two videos that you guys are watching of recent, I've been watching a lot of Mr. Zob videos, a lot of Adam Knight. When I'm wrenching, I mean, I did some serious wrenching, okay? Like a few hours of wrenching. 5-6 hours probably, because I want to get the muggy done, because I might not be able to do anything this weekend, and since I've got some free time. But look at the weather. It's just, this weather is fucking bullshit, man. I mean, we're what? You know, I mean, I'm not the one to complain because, you know, I don't have it as bad as a lot of you guys do. I know a lot of my Nitro brothers are back east. You guys are dealing with fucking monsoons and hailstorms and freaking tornadoes and snow and all that. So this is nothing. But you got to remember, I'm born and raised in Southern California, even though I've been all over the place. Spent many years in Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Idaho, New York, New Jersey. It's the only part of the West Coast, and a little bit of Florida. But, you know, I've been all over the place. But predominantly, I'm born and raised, Muggy Maniac's born and raised in SoCal. So when the weather's like this, we're all fucked up. Excuse my language again. But Muggy Maniac's gonna, I'm not gonna apologize for my cursing, because it is what it is. If you guys are offended or don't like my cussing, then you can probably just unsubscribe or go somewhere else or tune out or whatever. I'm just going to try to keep it in a minimum, because I understand there is, some youngsters on here probably, so we'll try to keep the potty mouth down to a minimum, which I should, because my older daughter said she's been watching my videos lately, so I got to watch my potty mouth. Anyway, but yeah, so I mean, when the weather's like this and it's a little bit of rain, and we're all messed up, because it's usually not. We're used to southern sunny California. But me, I'm not too much on it, because I've lived in other places. San Antonio, Texas, 8 years. That was probably the worst summers I've ever seen. But anyway, enough of my weather forecast stuff. So anyway, if it doesn't, I don't know if it's going to rain or not. I don't want to go out there and then get caught out in the rain. I ain't having all that. Like, if I look out and it ain't clear, sunny out, there ain't no brapping going on for me. So anyway, I've got some extra time. I've got a few other projects that I need to do, motors and stuff I need to go over. But anyway, that video, yeah, it was crazy, man. And it would take forever to upload the thing, and then half of it's missing. I'm like, what the hell? So anyway, like I said, between the time that video got uploaded and to right now, the Muggies ready to rock and roll. We'll get into that in a minute, and we're gonna get into some other pipe discussion. And I'm gonna try to remember the things that I didn't, that you guys didn't get a chance I should say, the things that were left out of that video you guys just watched. Okay, there was a lot left out. I was starting to get pretty fired up. The Muggy Maniac. It doesn't take a lot to get me fired up, because I'm very passionate about 8-scale nitro, man. I didn't invest all this money and all this time and turned my entire room into a freaking 8-scale nitro man cave. FYI. Okay? You guys know, I mean, I'm back. That's where I come in my room. This is, kind of an over panning of my room. I sleep, eat, shit, breathe, 8-scale nitro. Go to bed, nitro, right next to me. Wake up, right nitro, right in my nitro cave, man. It's cool. I love it, man. This is like, for me, this is like a dream come true. And if you guys are, I'm not going to get into my personal life, but if you know where I've been through and the things that I've been through, and I've been, very blessed and fortunate and raised in a middle class family. Didn't come from, poverty like some people, and trailer park and all that. You know what I mean? So I'm not rags to riches type guy. I had it pretty good, but I squandered a lot of that, and I just got into hanging with the wrong crowds, through high school, and all that, man. And wasn't the model citizen, so to speak. You know what I mean? I've done my time, so to speak, not to get too personal. You guys know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? But nothing hardcore. But still, you know, my mother, man, put that's why me and my mom are really, really, really close. I put that lady through hell and back, and she's done nothing but support me. I mean, hell, look at you. I mean, you guys just, whether you know or don't know, she bought me that freaking $300 mini little tool cabinet. She wants to get me the other piece that goes to it for Father's Day coming up. And she's my mother. She doesn't have to buy me, but that's just how my mom is. Because she knows, you know, my daughters can't really afford to buy a lot because they're starving college students. You know, so my mom and my parents have money, you know. She spoils me. She always has. She doesn't understand too much of what I do, although she thinks the little side business, Nitro service that I got going on the side is pretty cool, because it, you know, makes me a little bit extra money. That's the only reason she's cool with it. She hits me up on it. Oh, how's your little side business doing? Are you making a few bucks here and there? You know, that's my mom's. She's always just, you know, looking out for my best interest. But anyway, she bought me this dang toolbox. She goes, oh, that would be great for your room so you can work on your little trucks or your little toys, she calls them. That's my mother. But anyway, enough of my personal life. So, where we left off from on that video, we were talking about, you know, the mafia over here. Since then, the meeting has adjourned, and, you know, things are back to order. So, this is the order that it goes. Okay, there's the Godfather right there. That's why he's, you know, up above everybody, because, you know, he's basically running shit. These guys, other guys, you know, not to discredit them, the new version LRP over here, the new edition, but these guys ain't running shit. He's running the program here. You know, this is a program director, King Nova. Hey, they should come out with a Novarossi. I don't think they ever will, but if they ever come out with a Novarossi .32, I would call it the next legend. Novarossi Next Legend. Novarossi Next Legend. Instead of Rex, Next Legend, because they're probably not going to use the Rex name anymore. Novarossi Next Legend. .32.8. That shit just gave me chills just thinking about it. I just got goosebumps. Because that shit would be that would be, man. Yeah, I dream about shit like that, man. And I email Novarossi all the time. Matter of fact, I'm going to email him again today. And Mr., you know, Mario over at Reds. Mario Rossi. Which is the son of the late great Caesar Novarossi, founder of Novarossi. You know? We got Mr. Pico. Can't forget about him. Badass. Besides this motor here, okay, if you guys want to, obviously my favorite is the Novarossi 28.8 Rex Legend. Hands down, stock or modified. Best all-around motor, total package, best carburetor, quality, durability, tunability, stay tuned. Just all that. You guys know, I always, you know, plug this motor for a reason, because it's just the best. It's not the biggest, and I never said that. LRP is still the biggest, but this is the best because it's way better quality than anything out there. Next on my list, I would have to say, is this Pico now. Now that I've ran these motors, kind of my overview of my three, these are my first three modified motors ever in my life of Nitro. Took me, by the way, almost 3 years to even get into modified. I took my time. A lot of people I see jump into, let me get I'm getting my motor modded. Have you ever ran a stock one of these motors that you're going to go get modded, Mr. Newbie? No. Well, why in the fuck are you even considering modded? You don't know dick about nothing. You think because you get a modded motor, you're part of the group, you're accepted now? That's not how it works. Quite to the contrary, you know, and that stuff kind of irritates me to a certain extent, because I think people are just, and you know, it goes to show you that there is just, not just a Nitro, but in general, this generation is fucking ignorant. I'm glad my two older daughters are college students, and they're going to school and they're working. I'm very, very blessed, again, because my kids are pretty smart. They're a lot smarter than their old man. I ain't the sharpest, you know, sharpest knife in the drawer, so to speak. I'm about as sharp as a cue ball. I tell people, hey, I'm about as smart as a bag of rocks. Now, does that mean I'm a total dumbass or a retard? Hell no, it's not what I'm saying. But it's, but there's just, some people just don't even have any common sense. And it's just crazy. No wonder Nitro's, part of the reason Nitro suffers and is all fucked up is because of the people that come into Nitro and try to think that they're, going to take over and run shit. And basically all they're doing is they're giving Nitro more black eyes than it already has. 8-scale Nitro, Oh, yeah, I got a Traxxas, man. Yeah, but I got a modified RB Novarossi 28.8. Get the fuck out of here. That Traxxas is like, you have bastardized that motor by even putting it near a Traxxas. Okay? Oh, yeah, man, I've never ran a modified motor. Matter of fact, I'm brand new, man. Let me get a modified motor and a Novarossi 9886 pipe or an end bleed, and I'm next level. Fuck off. You're not next nothing but next idiot. That's it. And again, I'm just keeping it real, man. And I hate to go, my video seems like I'm a broken record because I'm constantly talking about shit like this, man, because that's how passionate I am. It doesn't mean that I'm perfect. No. Does it mean that the Muggy Maniac has the perfect tune, has all the perfect vehicles? I've heard people say, oh, yeah, well, look at you. Some people like you are like, oh, look at me. Check. Well, yeah, look at me. I'm fucking doing shit the way it's supposed to be done. I'm starting out with fucking, quality platforms. Call it next level. Whatever. That's not even my word. I had somebody tell me, oh, who are you to say who next level is? I'm nobody. Mr. Bodegel, he's the one that started the next level thing, but he probably didn't even start it. I don't think any of us that have even been around for a minute, or guys like John, or guys like Roger, or Elite, and all these guys have been around for a long time. We're not innovators of shit, most of us. I'm not saying that we haven't innovated anything, but most of us aren't. Most of us have just copied shit from prior people that we learned from. That's all it is. If anybody knows anything about any whether it's Nitro or business or ideas, some of the greatest ideas and concepts are stolen from somebody else. Okay, so I don't ever toot my horn. I'm no Einstein. I'm no, freaking Sir Isaac Newton, I'm no Socrates. I'm no, Plato. I'm no, any of those guys. I'm not no smartest guy of anything, man. I didn't ride the short bus to school, man, but but I'm not dumb either. I've been around wrenching and on shit like, not Nitro or RC, but I've been in the RC game since 1989, I think. 89, was it 1989? 88? 1988? Yeah, man, I just dated myself. When Traxxas was nothing and RPM was brand new. Matter of fact, I know the owner of RPM. His name's Richard Royal. Those of you that know RPM, they're like the ones that make all the aftermarket plastics for anybody or any RC company. I mean, they make some of the best quality. Now companies like Techno and obviously Kyosho have stronger plastics that they make, so you don't need to run RPM shit on none of the good quality platforms. Most people run RPM plastics on Traxxas because that Traxxas shit breaks all the time. So anyway, yeah. So I mean, I'm not saying that I'm the number one Nitro muggy, chuggy, buggy, whatever you want to call it. I'm nobody. I'm just average Joe guy, hard, blue collar, tax paying American, work my ass off citizen that takes an interest in something, that took an interest in Nitro, 8-scale Nitro 4 years ago, and still going, and I love it, man. I love this shit, man. I like I said, I sleep, I eat, and I breathe and shit this stuff every day. I can't go I get up and I look at Nitro. I go to bed and I look at Nitro. I think about Nitro even when I'm out with my family and shit. I'm thinking of Nitro. It's on my head. motors, pipes. I mean, I'm sick in the head. And you know, you hear Mr. Zoz say a bunch of times, and I watched a lot of his videos last night. I kind of was trying to get caught up. I started from the very first video that he, and I've watched him already plenty of times. But I'm kind of going through the, what do you call the anthology? I don't know if that's the correct word, but of Mr. Zoz. From the very first video that he uploaded to present. One little by little. And I've been doing that for the last month or so. He's got a lot of videos. And I've watched already all of them. But I'm just seeing all the shit that the guy went through and he talks about. And, you know, and it's kind of, it kind of, I don't want to say saddens me, but it kind of does. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you guys, you know, because he's just not part of 8-Scale Nitro anymore. Does that mean he doesn't have a passion and heart for it? No, that's not what I'm saying at all. Just, you know, for the record, FYI, John Bodegel is not in the inner 8-Scale Nitro circle currently. He's into 5th scale, and he earned that right, man. And I get it. He went through, he did Nitro from, you know, if you look at his older videos and how he evolved, man, it's kind of cool. And you look where he's at now. 1 million subscribers over? That's crazy. And he knows and said plenty of times, and I even asked him about it, and he's like, man, I never even thought he would get, 1,000. And even Raja 111, you know, props, kudos to him, has hit 1,000. And he was just 300, a couple months ago. So, I mean, you grow pretty quick. But I think one thing that I want to point out is I hope these guys don't lose and forget where they came from. I see too many guys, and I'm not to these two guys that I mentioned, Raja or John, but I see a lot of guys where I go on their channels, and, you know, and I mentioned this in the other video, and they're giving props and pats on the back after watching a guy's video where his vehicle is just fucking running like hell. The tune's way off. He's having problems with all kinds of shit, and they're just watching it, and at the end of the video, they're like giving the guy a high five, you know, text-wise, of, yeah, you did a great job. Why? Because you don't want the guy to, like, get mad at you? You don't want him to unsubscribe to your channel? You don't want to lose one of your 1 million subscribers? And I tell you guys over and over, I don't give a fuck about subscribers. I don't care about thumbs up, thumbs down, how many views. Do I watch, and I told you guys in the other video, do I look at that shit on my channel? I do, of course I do. Every single day, all the time, I'm always checking it. And I find myself, you know, like, man, I don't ever, hopefully, God willing, I don't get sucked into that circus and let's get a paycheck from eBay and let's, you know, turn it into an entertainment channel. Instead of what I really started this channel for was to help out people. To help people that struggle in 8-Scale Nitro. The people that think that it's too hard. The people that think that it's too expensive. To squash all that negativity of what Nitro is. It's the funnest, coolest, man, I wouldn't trade this hobby for nothing. I told you guys before in my videos, I probably get more enjoyment out of wrenching on my shit than I actually do running it. And as crazy as that might sound, that's just how I am. Don't get me wrong, I love my shit. I love to go brap. And I love to get out there and watch my shit perform. And I think that end of it is more of the satisfaction that I get out of watching my shit run, is knowing that I'm the reason that shit runs. If it runs fucked up, that's my fault. If it runs great, that's also my fault. If it's all fucked up and the tune sucks, that's my fault. But if the tune's fucking on point and that thing's purring like a kitten and it's settled down and this thing fucking pulls the front end off and screams and hits high notes and just, you know, runs great, that's also my fault. Because I'm the one that built this shit. I'm the one that put it together. You like the scene from Scarface when he's sitting in the bathtub. Who put this thing together? Me. That's who. I love that scene. You know, he's puffing on the Cuban cigar, kicking back in this big old bathtub, you know, and he sees the pelicans fly. Or they're not pelicans, they're actually flamingos, but he thinks they're pelicans. Fly, pelican, fly. But yeah, that's the way I feel. Who put this thing together? Me, that's who. Not 8-Scale Nitro, not the Nitro. Well, the Nitro Nation is something that I came up with. That is mine. I need to patent that shit because everybody's using it now. But it's cool, you know. But as far as my vehicles, I built them. I put them together. This is my fucking personality, man, in these things. I'm the one that put the blood, sweat, and tears into this thing. I'm the one that dialed it in. I'm the one that tuned it, you know? I don't see a lot of people take pride in their shit. People just run it into the ground, have problems, and they can't figure it out, and they say, fuck it, let me go get an E-word, it's a lot easier. Lazy fuckers. You know? I mean, this is my shit. I put this shit together. I built this shit. You know? That's what it's all about. It's reaping the fruits of your labor, people. And if you don't reaping no fruits of your labor, then that means you ain't laboring. But look at this thing. Isn't this thing like freaking sexy? This is a sexy ass 14-year-old platform. Look at this thing. Nice and clean. Fresh. I love my Muggy, man. Yeah, that guy would have to give me $1,000, and I wouldn't give him shit. $1,000 for the roller for this thing. Not for everything. Now, we did not only throw a different pipe on there, but we're also throwing back the tires that I set up for the Muggy. I call them, I like the term that the Woogie uses. I'll call these my Chinaman tires. I think that shit's cool. By the way, shout out to my brother Woogie. Woogie's the only guy that I see really, you know, and not that anybody's not doing anything, but I'm just going to keep it real. Out of all the guys that are on my channel and guys that I talk to and everything, the guy that I see making the most progress and really, he's and I believe in my heart, this guy's sold out and has a passion for Nitro, just like me, is the Woogie. That guy, he just needs to learn, and it will take him time, but that's, man, the guy's, look at his cave, man. You guys seen the guy's cave? Man, he makes my cave look like shit. And he said, well, yeah, but look at all the shit that's in your cave. You got all the platforms. Well, that might be true, but still, man. We need to switch, bro. I need to have my shit in your cave. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't trade mine out. This is mine. It's mine, my personality, set up the way I like it. You know, you guys have seen it. Set up the exact way that the Muggy likes it. This is my setup. My little island where I got my, you know, my main whips. My main boys right here, you know, because you're like your children. These are my main big boys. You know, this is the, you know, the older son, stubborn sometimes, you know. But, you know, these are the young whips. You know, and then we got, you know, maybe she could be like the daughter because it's the only buggy I have for right now. That's my, you know, sick ass race buggy, by the way. Yeah, so I mean, that guy is just going for it, you know? And I'm trying to help him out as much as I can. And you know, but I don't see anybody else doing what he does. I don't see anybody else attacking it like that. And he just shows me one big quality thing, and which makes all the difference is that he's not lazy. Again, 90% of the problem, or not, maybe more, maybe 95% of the problem in Nitro is people are lazy. Again, let me emphasize this, remind you guys, if you're lazy, if you don't want to put in the work, you don't want to take care of your shit, mentally lazy, physically, whatever you want to call it, lazy is lazy. If you're that guy, get the fuck out of Nitro. Stop wasting your time. Stop wasting other people's time. Stop taking away time from your family, your kids, and all that. You know, just get the fuck out. Go do something else. This is not a lazy hobby. You need to put in the work. I'm telling you, you're not going to get anything out of Nitro doing it half-ass. It just is not going to happen. And I don't have to, I mean, tons of people have already quit since I started 4 years ago. Just went dormant. Channel just disappeared. Fell off the map, man. And these are guys that I watched, and these are guys who were progressing and doing well. Where are they now? They fucking disappeared. They don't do shit. You might hear them pop up and hear them talking here and there. I mean, look at perfect example. Now I mean, I don't know, but I'm just saying the storm kind of blew over. He's the Nitro nerd guy that we got into it. And that guy since then, he's moved on. He knows he can't fuck with me. He has no fucking... nothing. He's got nothing to fuck with me about. He tried to muscle me like he's the godfather of this. Oh yeah, I trained all the guys that you give shout outs to. Fuck off. You didn't train nobody. You didn't teach these guys dick. And I even asked the guys. They said no. We didn't learn from him. So this guy's just, you know, I don't know what his deal is, but, you know, I don't really care. He'll just, like other people like him, cancel themselves out. People like that can do bad all by themselves. They don't need my help. So anyway, enough of all that. I don't want to always have to talk about bullshit like that. I'd rather spend my time teaching you guys stuff. So anyway, we got the Mafia guys here. We got the Nova. That pipe belongs to that motor, okay? Nova Rossi pipe, Nova Rossi motor, okay? Before I get into pipes, okay, what I want to do is explain to you guys about, again, this is another one, decent. These Jammins, they're Offna, Habayo, Hongnor, all the same company, man, okay? Not the best quality. It's China. Rice burner shit. But it's good. I mean, everybody knows nostalgically Hypersebs are a collectible buggy platform. Major, and this is what I've come, my conclusion that I will, you know, or I should say this is my take. As far as 8-scale Nitro, there's a couple vehicles that are iconic that you just, if you're a real Nitro, true Nitro guy, well, I don't want to even say true Nitro guy. If you're somebody that's into collecting stuff that's just, they don't make anymore. I've already got an XTM Mammoth, my Muggy that you guys just seen. They don't make that shit anymore. You know? I mean, it's my first, I think, more importantly, because I wouldn't normally just go out and buy something like this. I mean, matter of fact, I know I wouldn't. With what I know now, I would not buy this vehicle. Because it's discontinued, parts are hard than hell to find, and it's not the best quality. You know? It's only the reason this thing even handles or holds up to anything that any motor I put in it now is because of all the aftermarket shit that I've done to it. I mean, all the aluminum that's in there now, replaced with the heavy-ass steel. It's still a heavy bitch. This thing's got to be, without even having that other second gear in there, I want to weigh it. I know it's at least 11 pounds, maybe 12 pounds. And a truggy, an average truggy, weighs about 8 pounds. FYI. 7 or 8 pounds, depending on what you got done to it. So anyway, here you go. Another Jammin'. This one is even cleaner. This one's $31 for shipping and handling. I think because this one's cleaner, it's a little bit more. It's $50 more than that other one I showed you. $200? And this one has a lot of upgrades. It has all the Hongnor upgrades. You know? I mean, look at it. This is a clean whip. If you're new and you want to get a truggy and you don't have a lot of money, because keep in mind, man, because I know you guys everybody sees my shit and they want to get my shit, and it happens. And another thing in YouTube. Monkey see, monkey do. That's why everybody gets the 9986 and the 41032 header, because they think, because John Bodegel recommends that header. Well, obviously you didn't pay attention. He recommends that header specifically for modified motors. If you don't have a modified motor, why are you fucking with a 9886 41032 header? Why? Because you didn't read between the lines. You didn't do your homework. You didn't pay attention. He didn't say the 9986 and the 41032 is going to make any motor perform or outperform or better at all. And I've just been watching a lot of his videos. That's why I'm telling you guys this. Okay? Let me reiterate what he mentioned, what Mr. Za, since, you know, sometimes I have to, I mean, I got to mention him all the time because I know you guys will believe more him than me, even though I have proof of what I'm telling you because you guys see my shit. Okay? But when it comes to shit like that, I see that happening. I know it's got to be they watched a John Bodegel video and they just got excited because he talked so much about this pipe. Everybody's going to go out and buy one. John Bodegel did increase the sales of a lot of Nova Rossi shit. Definitely, you know, with 1 million subscribers. So again, 9886 41032 is for modified motors. You guys get that? If you don't have a modified motor, why are you running that? Why? Because you're ignorant. Because you didn't pay attention. Okay? But since you have all the years experience in 8-scale nitro, since you guys that are doing this are all next level and running the best quality platforms, and you guys got modded motors, and you guys, hey, don't listen to what I say. Don't listen to me at all. Disregard whatever I just said in the last 30 minutes and every video that I've done prior to this. Because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Remember, the Nitro Nerd also said at a time that, you know, Muggy Maniac is just really confused. That was a joke. Okay. Now, as far as the 9986 on a stock motor, well, I ran it on stock motors, and it doesn't really do anything. This motor is designed for a power, heavy-hitting motor. That's what John said. Okay, he ran this shit on his .21 Paloma, and he said it just didn't do anything. It starved the motor, actually, he was saying. He said the best motor on a .21 Nova, or, you know, on a .21, is the 41031. Which is shaped more like this header. Nova Rossi makes a 41031 that's conical like this. It's not as wide, but it's a little bit tighter. That, with a 9986, on a stock .21, he said, is thumbs up. Okay? Now, again, on a stock big motor, because I see guys do it with big motors too. Oh, I got a 28.8 stock Rex Legend. Or I got a stock .32. Let me run a 41032 header with a 9986 pipe. Wrong answer. Mr. Za also said if you're running stock motors, and I know personally the motor that I got the best performance out of, wheelies, front end, screaming, everything, was on the stock 28.8 Rex Legend. No, only stock, not modded, was the Dynamite Platinum 053 with the whole setup. Now, you guys do what you want. That's what I experienced. Now, as far as on, John was saying on like stock motors, he also recommends not the 41032 header, but the 41001 is good on big motors with a 9986 or an 086. Okay, you guys writing this down? Now, I don't want to, it seems like I'm a broken record, but I see that on all these guys' videos. Oh yeah, I just got my 9986, I just got my 41032. You don't even have a modded motor. Why would you buy that pipe? Why would you spend your money on that pipe? So put it to the side, hold on to that pipe for when you get a modified motor, and for the meantime, look for something to run on your stalker. The .21, maybe an 086, maybe, you know, even a 9986 you can run on your stalker, just not that header. You need a 41031 header on a stalker .21, and I suggest a 41001 header on a big motor. So big motors, stock, 41001, pea shooters I call them, .21s, stock, 43031. Okay, let me show you what a 43031 looks like. Okay, well, similar anyway. This is what a 41031 looks like. Okay, Nova Rossi makes them. Now this isn't one, but it looks like this. 41031. This is what you want to run as far as header wise on stock small motors. Now, I don't care if you run a 086, I don't care if you run a 9986, a Pico pipe, a 9901, which Mr. Zaz suggests, more for racing. As a matter of fact, the best combo on a Nova motor for racing, according to Mr. Zaz, is a 9901 pipe and the 41031 header. That's the combo for .21s. And that would be if you're going to race. But, you know, you experiment on your own. And you're going to think it's the clutch, and you're going to think it's the tune and all that. And it's, you know, there's a lot of variations. Anyway, you guys will have to figure that out on your own, because that's the only way sometimes I guess you guys got to learn, most of us. Is you just got to slam your finger in the car door and experience it yourself. Even though a lot of us guys will try to help you not to. So anyway, what else is like? Yeah, so if you guys, you know, the guys that have, I got modded motors, and yeah, and you're still running Traxxas and bullshit, old school, you know, Locy's or Antiques 2.0. I mean, come on, man. Get with the program. Next level isn't just the motor being modded. Next level is the whole enchilada. Even Mr. Mr. Bodegel said the most important thing before all the modified shit is a solid, good quality platform. Traxxas is not that. Which means you need to get a Locy race kit, minimum. Techno, it's going to be more money. Mugen, Kyosho, even hot bodies, X-Ray. I mean, those are quality, man. Not no bullshit Traxxas. You know, even this jamming, whatever you want to, whatever they're called. I forgot what they're called now. Jammin' 1/8 Nitro Chugger-Rolly. I mean, this thing is, I'm almost thinking of buying it myself. Just because I know they don't make them anymore, but the parts, there are a lot of parts available. Hongnor all over the place. I have a guy over here local to me that has a track that he has he has a warehouse full of this shit. If you need it's called, you can go online and go on eBay. It's called Nitro House. Look up Nitro House. He's got all the Hongnor, all the Habayo, all the Offna, which is all the same shit. Tons of it. So parts are available for it, which makes it great for if you need parts. I mean, this thing's pretty clean. For 200 and some change, I wish he had on it make an offer, because I think you could talk him down. You know, now granted, this one doesn't have the carbon fiber like the other one did. The other one had more carbon fiber on it. But this one is just all around cleaner. I can tell by looking at it. You know, you're going to have to take them apart, just like any used vehicle, and break them down and put them back together. So, I mean, it is like buying a kit. I know guys say, well, I want to buy one and build one. I don't want nobody's garbage. Listen, if you do your homework and you pay attention and you ask, I mean, look at it comes with it's a jamming motor, which it's probably made in Taiwan. It's probably an off the motor. I've never heard of these motors, but it's a .28 and it's got a sealed back. I mean, come on. This is an excellent starter kit. I recommend this kit for $250. If you guys don't snatch it, I will. I mean, this is clean. This is one of the cleanest older vehicles I've seen in a while. You know, this thing is as old as my XTM. So anyway, I mean, $230 something shipped to your door. You know, I mean, I would only buy it because it's just, they don't make them no more. It's, you know, it's classic, and they're pretty durable. It's something you can run and get, you know, get your feel for 8-scale nitro and bump boxes and all that. You know, like I said, this thing you can upgrade a lot of shit on these things, man. Now, I've never ran one, so I don't know a lot about them, but I haven't heard any bad things. Jamming. It's got everything. All you need is, like, shit. Does it have electronics? I didn't even look. I'm sorry. Let me see. Let's look inside here. Doesn't look like it. I mean, you got a roller here. Here you go. Closer look. You know, it doesn't have the carbon fiber, you know, radio tray. But, you know, you can always upgrade that shit. I mean, it's just really clean. And the motor has a sealed backplate. I would ask the guy how much pinch the motor has. I mean, let's see down here. Sometimes it tells you. Hongnor 1/8 Nitro Chuggy, pre-owned, completely assembled and upgraded, including a custom painted body, CNC upper, front, and rear pin braces. Okay, so they're aluminum instead of the plastic. Lower front and rear pin braces. So those are A, B, C, and D blocks. They're aluminum instead of plastic, which is good. Head anodized heat sink engine, blah blah. High-tech oh, it's got a servo, high-tech servo. Steel spur gear, Proline wing, CNC steering plate, blah blah blah. Differentials are smooth, sold as a roller. Sold as a roller with no engine or electronics. Well, he's just showing you or telling you that it has an engine. So does it come with one or not? Truck is in good condition. Yeah, I would, see, that's what I mean. You got to read the fine print and find out. Listen, does it come with everything, including that motor? He's even got the motor mount. These motor mounts that go in here, those things are fucking expensive. I've never got one for my Muggy. They're like $50. But anyway, yeah, I would find out. If it doesn't come with a motor, then I wouldn't give him that much for it. Hell no. But I mean, he's picturing the motor. So, unless he says no motor included, and I don't see the high-tech servo anywhere, yeah, that's what I mean. You just got to read the fine print and ask questions. That's all. But, I mean, it's a great deal. So, anyway, enough of that. Also, people, this is an extra center diff, okay, that I have for my Techno. Like, I've got extra diffs for my Technos. When I got them, came with them. This one's not put together. Front, rear. This is the center. Now, I put this in the Muggy, okay, in the center diff towers and everything. Fits perfect. The only thing is, the disc brakes that are on the Muggy ones, the XTM disc brakes are different. So I need the disc brakes that go on here, which I don't have an extra pair of disc brakes. Now I can always buy them, not a big deal, I don't think they're that much. Or I have these Mugen ones, and they're just a little too small. So what I can do is I can grind this out a little bit to where it'll slide on. Once I get this to slide on and lock in here, I can put this center diff in my Muggy. My Muggy's never had a center diff. I think it's got 80K in it right now. Because I took this one. This is the original one that came in the Techno. But I didn't like the gearing and the fact that if you look at the teeth, they're getting worn and sharp. But it's still good enough to run in the Muggy. I mean, and the Muggy's never had a center diff. I'm kind of excited. Because I want to see what a center diff, what it's like. It'll relieve so much pressure on these gearboxes. How I tell you guys, the gearboxes on the Muggy are the weak link. They're not the strongest because they're vertical gears. The teeth on the gears are, they're not like a spider gear. The gears are up and down. They turn and they're, when you look down in it, it's just different setup. So they're not the strongest gears. I always, whenever I get done, like when I get done running this thing again, I'm going to have to tear it down. I'm going to have to, not shim the gears, but I'm going to have to re-grease it. You just got to really, it's a lot of maintenance on the gearboxes. I almost got to tear them apart every time I run it. It's not a big deal, but it's just because, it's not used to having big motors, just all this power going through it because it has no center diff. No center diff with 50K on the front, 50K on the rear. It's like you're locking the diff out. It's equivalent to a 5th scale Nitro. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention that I messed up on I think the one video that I uploaded, I said I referred to 8th scale Nitro as 5th scale. Like I said, you got to get good at 5th scale and really get all the shit down before you go into I mean, that's what I said. I said you got to get good at 5th scale before you go into 5th scale, whatever. But what I meant to say, and I want to apologize for that, is you got to get good at 8th scale Nitro, and you want to get good at 8th scale Nitro and get all the tuning and all the maintenance and all the shit that comes with 8th scale Nitro before you go into 5th scale if you want to do it successfully. That's why John made the transition. That's why Elite made the transition. Those guys did fucking Nitro for many, many years before that. And then graduated into 5th scale. They did 8th scale first, and then did 5th scale. That's why I'm not. I mean, I'm doing probably doing 8th scale Nitro longer than even John did. If you look back, John's only did, maybe he did longer, but he probably hasn't been doing it. Maybe he's doing it as long as I have. 4 years, 5 years. But see, you got to remember, he started off on the wrong foot, dealing with the bullshit monster trucks and Traxxas. I did all that monster trucks, Traxxas shit, and that's why I can talk shit about it. But I did it 10th scale, and I did it in E-Word. I was the E-Word Traxxas guy. See, John was the E-Word. I don't know if he did E-Word Traxxas, because I've never seen the videos or him talk about it. He said he used to do E-Word, but I don't know what platforms he ran. I did E-Word Associated, and I did E-Word Traxxas. That's why I'm really not a Losi guy. And another thing, to update you guys from the last video and this one. Guess what? FYI, just in, newsflash, I will not be getting a Muggy. I will never own a Muggy. I will never own a Losi, period. And you know why? And I'll tell you why. And this is just me, and it might seem trivial to you guys, but it's basically finalizing the decision that I won't ever own a Losi. 8 scale Nitro anyway. So I forgot that, and I mentioned in my last video or one of the videos prior to this, all the Losis, 8 scale Losis, Nitro, half of the hardware on the vehicle is metric and half of it is standard. Now there is no way in the fuck that I am going to go spend a bunch of money on standard tools when I don't even use any standard tools, because all my shit's metric. All my vehicle, all most normal quality vehicles are metric, not standard. So Losi, why they did that, I don't know. Now I know the new X buggies aren't. They changed it. It's all metric now. Finally, only took them forever. So when I'm looking at Muggies and I'm thinking, wait a minute. Muggies, the hardware on the Losis are half standard and half metric. And a guy was mentioning, commenting on one of these forum things that I was checking out about the Muggy, because I wanted to know, can you get all metric? Well, no. Even the aftermarket shit that they make for the Muggies, because they make an aftermarket stainless steel hardware kit, that shit is all, that shit is half and half too. So you're going to tell me I have to go spend another $100 on a set of MIP tools for standard? Hell no. I'm already getting another pair, but only metric, because I want an extra set. I'm not going to go out and buy a bunch of tools for standard to wrench on my shit. Hell no. So I won't ever buy a Losi. Scratch that. I won't ever own a Muggy, which I don't care. No big deal. I'm not going to, unless somebody can find me a solution. Tell me if I'm wrong. Say, Muggy, this is what I found out. You can do this, or you don't have to do that. You can change it to whatever. Because I'm not going to buy a Muggy and go to wrench on it, and then I don't have the fucking tools to pull the shit apart or whatever, because I don't have any standard tools barely, or have to use the old standard frickin' Allen wrenches and shit. Fuck that. Going back in the dark ages. No way. So I won't buy a Losi, I won't buy a Muggy, and I'm not going to own one. So it doesn't bother me at all. So now I can move on from there and stop looking at Muggies anymore, even though they're cool, and I'd like to, it's unfortunate. I would like to own one, but I won't own it just because of that reason, and that's just me. I'm anal about shit like that, and you guys are thinking, man, that's trivial, bro. That's, you gotta have a Muggy and this and this. Nope. Not unless you can find me where there's a Muggy where all the hardware on that thing is metric. I'm not fucking with it. I'm not going to get frustrated, and when you're using the metric, and I heard guys say by using metric on it, it's either too small or too big. Well, if you do that, you're going to strip your shit out. Fuck that. I'm not going to even deal with that headache. So I'm moving on. So anyway, I'm going to try to see if I can get this center diff put, and there's 80K in here. I'm going to see if I can put this center diff, because it'll make a world of difference in my Muggy. Like a world of difference. That thing will handle so much better. And it'll put less stress on my gearboxes, man. I might save my gearboxes now with putting a center diff. They make one for it. It's like $100, but they're really hard to find. Okay? So anyway, that's what's going on with the Muggy. The Muggy is ready to rock and roll. Bump box is all set up. By the way, man, this bump box, I run just two 4,000 milliamp, standard batteries. I'm not running no lipos. And my shit's ready to roll, man. And I'm firing up a .32, man. So if you got anything smaller and you think you need a lipo for your box, whatever. Your risk, not mine. What else do we got? Yeah, so you guys are, they're playing around with bullshit platforms. That, next level again. I don't know how many times we got to go over here and read what it says. Webster's Dictionary says the definition of next level is surpassing others, uncommonly good, or impressive. You're not going to do any of that with a bullshit platform. You can even do better with, even if you got one of those jamming one hung lures. That's not bad. It's better than a Traxxas, that's for sure. So when you people are done playing with your Traxxas bullshit toys, your little kid toys, then you're ready to go to the next level. Don't think because you got modded motors and you got all these pipes and all that shit, and you still got Traxxas at your next level. You're not. You're a fraud. And I'm just calling how I see it, man. It is what it is. You don't like what I say? Get the fuck off my channel. Unsubscribe. I don't really care. I'm going to keep it real 100% all the time and tell it how it is. If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, sounds like a duck, acts like a duck, it's a fucking duck. Okay? Period. And my ducks are all lined up, by the way. My platforms and my motors, man. So I think that's all I left out on that first part of that video that you guys didn't get. I know I didn't leave out this much, so I threw in a couple extra stuff, because I wanted to talk about the pipes, and I wanted to talk about a little bit about buying used vehicles, and, stuff like that, and, if you want one of my, if you want, not one of mine, if you want a vehicle like a Techno or a Mugen, whether it's an MBX7 or an MBX8, or a brand new show shaded, if you want those top quality platforms, or, brand new, set up, at the very minimum, motor, pipe, all that, ready to rock and roll, you're going to spend $1,500. If you got $1,500 laying around, knock yourself out, man. I suggest either one of these. It's your choice. Can't go wrong with either the Techno or the Mugen. That's what I would pick. If I had the money to buy a brand new one right now, I would probably buy another Techno, or I would buy another. I would get both. Like, it's hard. I'm really, it's a hair between these two vehicles. That's how much I love these vehicles, and that's how much I think about them, and the way they ride and perform, and the maintenance on them, and just everything, man. I love these vehicles, man. No problems. No issues. Nothing breaks. Nothing, Granted, I haven't jumped it off the Empire State Building, but I've ran these things in the walls, man. I've had runaways, man. If you haven't had a runaway yet, you haven't done Nitro long enough. Because you will. I've had a few. That's why I can tell you my vehicles are pretty durable. I haven't had this one run away. Thank God. I've had the Mugens run away, the buggy, and I've had the Mugen Truggy run away. Hauling ass straight into fucking walls and bushes and shit. And they nothing, man. Big, just little scratches here and there. This shit's durable. Now, I don't want to say I want to test the Techno running into a wall, see if it can handle it, but I beat this thing up pretty good too. And it's held up. You got to remember, when you put modified bigger motors in these platforms, that's a test of can the drivetrain, everything that turns in there handle all those RPMs screaming. Bah! Well, these vehicles can, I'll tell you. That's for sure. Anyway, that's all I got, people. I got to get back to doing some wrenching, see if I can figure this out. Hopefully it, weather clears up sometime today. If not, I guess I'm not running today. And I have some free time today too, so yeah, it looks like it's gonna dump. Fuck. Hate this weather. Anyway, I might run this thing up and down the street, although I don't want to waste my tires and shit like that. So anyway, Badlands issues. I haven't had any issues lately. All I can tell you is that, man, if I were you and you're running modified motors, you are gonna have to find a way to keep these from ballooning. 4-inch DE racing rims or 4-inch rims. And, stretching these on, that's not the answer. Either the foam is going to have to be changed, because Proline foam is really shitty. I mean, these these Badlands, as they get broken in, they get loose, and the rubber just gets soft. I mean, look at that. You can pinch that shit. That's not good. That's why you make pizza cutters, man, like crazy. So I'm thinking either tape the inside, which will add a little bit of weight, but, I'm not racing, so I don't give a shit. Maybe punch holes in it like some guys do. I don't know if that'll help. I just hate doing the hole punching thing because you get all kinds of shit inside of your tires and rims, and man, that's just going to add weight, period. So, yeah, maybe my next set of Badlands that come in, and before I mount them, I'm going to put different foam. I'm going to try AKA, I heard it's good, recommended, AKA inserts, and JT Concepts. Proline insert, even the blue shit, which is supposed to be the better quality, is still garbage. And maybe turn the tires inside out and duct tape, gorilla tape them. So anyway, that's all I got, Muggy Maniac. There's another hour, so you get 2 videos back to back. And yeah, that's it. I just wanted to fill you guys in on the rest of what you missed on that first video. And yeah, good vehicles out there. You know, you just got to look for them. Be patient. Take your time. Ask a lot of questions. If you guys have any questions on anything, hey, make a comment below. Some of you guys got my Facebook. Some of you guys got my number. Some of you, whatever way that's easier. I will tell you, if you messenger me through Facebook or if you text me or whatever, it's a lot quicker, okay, than me trying to find your comment or whatever the question is on YouTube. So anyway, I think I corrected all the mistakes that I made. Yeah, that 5th scale one. I did that other one, nothing else. I'm sure there is other mistakes that you guys will probably, somebody, the guy that found him last time on Nitro, brother, Mr. East Coast New Yorker, he'll probably find something that I fucked up on a video, and then he'll call me out on it. So, hey, call me out, man. If you guys see anything that looks funny with the Muggy Maniac that I might have messed up on and said the wrong thing, hey, let me know, man. Yeah, I take criticism, just like the next person. I can dish it out, but I can take it too, so don't hurt my feelings. Been there, done that. All right, people, so we got the 3 main monsters over here. What do they call them? Paisanos. We got the paisanos right here. I think I said paisas, which is Mexican. I think that's another thing I messed up on. Paisas is Mexican. Paisanos, that's Italian. So we got the paisanos here. The wise guys right here, man. Mr. Reds, Mr. Nova, up on top of the mountain over there, because he's the boss. And then we got, his right-hand guy over here, Mr. Pico, .28, pound for 135 bucks. Even modded, less than 300. Even cheaper than that one. Not as good, but good quality. And then we got Mr. Red's badass .21. I recommend, if you can find one of these, I'm going to find another one, R5 Team Edition, like this, and get it modded. Or maybe just keep it stock. That way I have one stock, one mod. So anyway, that's all I got. We're going to get the Muggy. After we get the Muggy done running, we're going to get the buggy. You can buggy out there, because I miss my buggy, man. It's time to get my buggy ripping. Alright, people, that's all I got. Peace out. You guys have a good one, man. And remember, if you're storing your shit, you're not running your motors, you got, shelf queens. I usually pull my motors out most of the time. Make sure your piston is set bottom dead center. Always. So I have my shit marked too. Anyway, alright, people. That's all I got. Muggy Maniacs out. Peace.